So, we are back, and we will pick up where we left off, the aftermath of the Rock Diner Royale, as our spacefarers, in their search of information about Saul Tipton, went back to a associate of SHINUK's, Rita Beta, her diner, to find out what they could about his situation, when he's most vulnerable, anything that could help them with taking him down without garnering too much suspicion or malice from the community. However, they found themselves splitting off following a suspicious figure, 3 of them staying in the diner, the other 4 heading off. Much to their surprise, it was a hit waiting for them. Everyone in the diner was out to get them, working with Rita Beta for a rather handsome bounty. While they did manage to fight their way out of it, Rita made her escape. The waitress Kamiko is left crying in the office, and you guys are now tasked with sifting through the aftermath. So, what would you guys like to do?
Zuga's still trying to get her tank up and going.
Right, beep boop. Took a pretty big hit.
Self-inflicted, but yeah.
Anybody else on the group able to help her with that repair to get it moving quicker?
So anyone with the engineering skill can aid her, and it'll give her advantage on the rolls.
You said engineering?
Yep.
Oh, well, don't let me hand you a wrench.
NODARO, do you think you could come?
I can help. My engineering is only like a 3.
Oh.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I can help, but
yeah,
I think there might be someone more beneficial than me, but if there's no one else, I will happily come help.
I mean, it's better than my -1. Well, I shouldn't say -1. In character, it's better than my all thumbs.
Bynes is a fellow mechanic.
I was gonna say, as a fellow mechanic, I can probably assist.
That would be great, because he's very broken. Is there anybody who could come help me with Beep Boop? He's really not in a good place right now.
I grab a sprocket, which there's something on the ground looks to be a sprocket, and bring it to you. I just throw it on the ground.
That actually does happen to be a very integral piece to Beep Boop Blip.
It says, I look at it closer, and it says space lease.
So, Zuga, you can make an engineering check with advantage because you have Bynes aiding you. So you can roll twice and take the higher number.
Okay. I don't know why I'm so nervous, but I am.
I pick up a flashlight, shine it on the robot.
That was the wrong one.
God.
That was the wrong one.
Nope, that's an engineering check. But
Yeah,
that was on Beep Boops, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll try again.
There we go. So you'll take the 21. So you can go ahead and give Beep Boop 1 hit point back. So he'll be at 3 hit points. Without the proper facilities, like a workbench, like welding tools, you won't be able to fix him any more than you already have. This is as good as you can get him on the side of the street. He is mobile. He's mobile, but he's moving at half speed, and currently, probably not a good idea to have him firing any grenades.
Yeah, okay. As long as he can get out of there if we have to dart, that's all I care about.
Yeah, so Beep Boop kind of whirs sadly, just kind of like moves his cannon up to like nudge you on the arm. You guys have the diner yourselves.
Alright, NODARO wants to ask the group, I know we don't know where Rita went. Do we wanna... She's gotta come back at some point. Do we wanna wait for her, or...
So you guys do have some hostages in the diner as well. The people that stood down, dropped their weapons that you guys have over in the corner over here.
I point my guns at him and ask the group ask SHINUK what he wants to do with them.
Let's ask some questions, see what they got.
I do want to also make sure everyone is aware. Some of you are pretty heavily damaged, so you're all bloodied up. Probably a few like dislocated joints, cuts, bruises. Nothing like verge of death. I don't think any of you actually lost hit points. I think it was all just stamina points, except for Beep Boop.
I got you. I asked the people that are currently in the... So I twirl my gun and asked the people in this area right here. what do they know about what went on here?
Okay,
Like
so
who was the one pulling the strings with who was in this diner, if they know?
okay,
I'm gonna use intimidation for that
perfect.
to try and be, like
Yeah, you're spinning your guns
Yeah,
around. You
yeah.
guys have just won this battle. You have the high ground. 19. So as you spin your gun, kind of like menacingly, like edging to the fact that you're just gonna kill them if they don't answer. The Vesk right here in the back, blue scaled, has like a yellow striped pattern going down his the middle of his head. Says, "Look, we don't want no trouble. We were just doing a job. We work for Rita. That's all we know. We were told that you guys had a price on your head and that she was gonna collect."
With that, I reply, anyone else?
You see the other 5 individuals kind of looking at each other back and forth, not seemingly wanting to speak up.
Can I do a perception check to see if I see anybody else twitching, like they may know more, like doing eye movement or something, like looking at someone else?
You can do a sense motive check.
Damn you, Luke.
Looking over them, kind of like just narrowing your vision, looking for the smallest detail. You notice that this bald individual, blue skinned, wearing like a very finely made blue like jacket, is not making any eye contact with anybody. Like his head is moving, like looking around, but his eyes are always focused on the tile on the floor in front of him, like the tile, like just making sure that he cannot make eye contact with anybody.
Where's Michelle? She's still outside, or no? She's in the back. All right.
I am standing by the back door.
I turn to SHINUK and Ice Cream and say, "Hey, this guy in the center right here with the blue stripe seems to know something," as well as motioning to, he's acting peculiar. Do you want to take them to the back and question them further?
Maybe in a second, but I need to talk to SHINUK for a second.
So I pull out the data pad that was in Rita's office, and I show it to SHINUK.
Do you know anything about this address? It says 2438 Fairlane Drive.
Would I have any knowledge about that address?
This pad was located in Rita's office.
Yeah, it's an old, like an archaic notepad, basically. Yeah, John, let me have you roll. So you have 2 choices. You can roll culture, or you can roll black market dealings.
Let's roll black market dealing.
Okay, so you recognize the street that the address is on. Not the specific address doesn't like ping anything in your mind, but that is near the mining quarry. It is a warehouse district, often used by you as well as other individuals to store weapons and other merchandise. You're not sure which warehouse that would be, or if it belongs to Rita, but that is a place where people store their supplies before selling them. That warehouse district.
Okay, so I inform them that this address does seem familiar, where most of us use as a storage location. We need to decide whether we go over there and investigate further, or go straight to Tipton and his casino.
Maybe Beardy went over there to hide.
SHINUK, TRON, and Ice Cream Sandwich, I want you all to make culture checks.
Damn, John's down with the culture, man.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He lives here, dude. TRON and SHINUK, it dawns on you that if a hit was placed out on you and Rita heard about it and was able to get enough people out here, Tipton probably is also aware of a hit on you, as well as pretty much every major to minor criminal in this area. This is a pretty tight-knit community where Tipton and Rita operate. So you guys are walking around enemy territory currently.
So pretty much wherever we go.
At least in the boroughs where you guys are.
Right, we're wanted. So if we try to go to Tipton, we'll probably get trapped again.
You probably have a hard time getting in the building, or if you got in, there would be a high possibility of it being another trap. Not necessarily that they know that you're hunting Tipton down, but the group that followed the woman, she got in a Yakuza vehicle, so it's probably the Yakuza who put a hit out on you. And they're one of the major seven major clans that run this place. Like, they have a seat on the council for Bone Fortuna.
What was the name of the Yakuza again?
I didn't give you the actual name, but they're called the White Fangs.
White Fangs. Okay. So I'm just gonna walk up to this guy and smack him with the butt of my rifle and ask him what he knows about the Yakuza, the White Fangs.
Okay, go ahead and roll athletics for me. Okay, so you don't hit him. So now you can roll intimidation with advantage. So roll twice to take the higher number for intimidation. 17s.
Dice is on fire.
He continues to look at the ground as you walk up to him, and his eyes meet with your boots as your rifle comes down and hits him in the side of the head. Blood begins to pool underneath the skin before a break in the skin causes some of it to pour down the side of his head, and his eyes kind of wander up towards you as you ask this. I don't quite often have business with the Yakuza. I mainly do side work for Rita, but I know they're not someone you want to mess with, so the fact that you have a price on your head is not a good sign, and I would suggest not staying here any longer than you need to, because if Rita could gather this many people, imagine how many more are coming after you.
Where's Rita? And I hit him again with the butt of the gun.
Okay, go ahead and roll athletics. Okay. You go to hit him, and he catches the butt of the gun in one of his hands, and this time, he goes out of his way to make as much eye contact with you as possible. I know not where Rita is, but hear me now. You're in over your head. You don't have as much of an advantage as you think you do. So don't push your luck here. We may be unarmed, but it's only a matter of time before people come to investigate the ruckus here.
So I pull back and straighten out my jacket, collect myself, and then turn to the group, and then say, I don't think we're going to get much information out of here. Let's go somewhere else.
I point my gun at everybody at the table and say, all right, everybody dump what you have in your pockets on the middle of the table. We'll be taken as, to cover what has transpired here.
Okay, go ahead and roll intimidation with advantage.
Is that twice or?
Yep, roll twice and take the higher number. Okay, so as they empty their pockets, there is a combined amount of credits. Someone's going to want to write this down. So combined, the amount of credits equals out to be 1,400 credits. And it looks like there's a few errant pieces of jewelry, kind of gold and silver chains and bracelets. And then, there's keys to apartments. One of them puts a smoke grenade on the table.
We take the smoke grenade, jewelry, and the combined credits. Do they have comms?
Yes, they all have comms.
I wave my weapon at them and tell them comms as well.
Yeah, they begin to pull out their comm units in the form of cell phones. Some of them are just like Bluetooth earpieces, but they put them on the table and you collect them. So now they do not have a way of contacting anyone at this current point in time.
I say to SHINUK, so with at least this, we at least buy some time without them, trying to radio in.
And
I grabbed the credits. So you said it's 1,400.
Yeah, 1,400. You can put those all on one cred stick. You can transfer it over to yours or split it between the party. It's up to you.
No, I'm gonna split it when we get it in somewhere else. So okay. 1,400 credits, you said.
Yep.
And let's see here. How much jewelry? I'm just gonna say jewelry, but generically, how much?
How much would it, the price, what it's worth?
No, not that. Not to give away anything, but how many pieces? What, five, 6?
There's 7 pieces of jewelry.
All right.
Okay. Kimiko is still in Rita's office.
Nobody likes her.
So, what are you guys planning to do?
Should we go check out that location or regroup maybe in Diamond's location, re-up.
I would rather go to their address versus going to Diamonds because we may get hit again if we go near the casino.
Yeah, for sure. We're
So I say, while we have a little bit of time bought, go to their address and investigate. I feel like if we go to Tipton's as well, that might be walking into a trap.
I mean, we could regroup at Critters, rest as well. I think we all could use some help and rest, and you can rebuild B-Boop, and then go to the address.
I bump SHINUK and say, hey, what about Homegirl up in the office that y'all were toying with earlier?
Ice Cream Sandwich already kind of interrogated her, right? And I think he did a pretty good job. She was scared, so.
Before we go to Critters, if they know who we are they not going to know where Critters lives? Maybe they might have someone watching his place. Are we sure we want to go there?
Are we aware if Critter's location is kind of exposed?
Compromised.
So Critter's house isn't even in the boroughs. It is for lack of a better way of saying it, it's in literally the worst place that somebody could live. It's basically a garbage dump. It's the lowest income housing. It's a place where the Ysoki are comfortable living. So not many people go there. The people who are there are outcast and exiled from the rest of Bone Fortuna for the most part, unless they are actively choosing to live there.
Should we take the risk and go to Critters?
Yeah, that might be the safest place since it's kind of out of the boroughs. Where?
Yeah, we can at least check it out.
Hey, can we get a status check of if she's tied up or what up here?
She is not tied up. She's just been left to her own devices.
Okay, so we agree. Move to Critter's location.
Yeah, I think we should rest there.
Can I get a collective stealth check? Can I get everyone to roll stealth? Just when I'm averaging this out. Okay. So as you guys filter through these streets and alleyways, trying to avoid as much attention as you can by having your large group and Beep Boop limping his way back, you guys safely make it back to Critters' apartment. So, as you guys come to the not entirely fully known to you apartment building, but the safest place that you guys can think of currently, you arrive to this very nice place of living that Critters has procured himself.
Zuga immediately starts working on Beep Boop, whatever electronics she can find.
Okay. Critters, your stove no longer works. It's missing quite a few parts now.
I don't think you need this anymore. I just need to this part, and this, this will work.
Okay, go ahead and roll an engineering check for me. Okay. You have Bynes' help. If you'd like to help, then you can have advantage on it.
Do you want to help Bynes?
I'm there.
Alright. 15.
Okay. So, for now, with the parts that you have procured, you can set Beep Boop's health. You can set them up to 8. He cannot go above 8 until you go procure the proper drone parts, but he is functioning. He can fight, he can move just as well as he normally would, but he's being held together by whatever parts you could find. Okay. So, he is out of the woods.
Is there a computer system where we can kind of look at mapping or some sort for that address, kind of get the lay of the land?
Yeah, so Critters does have a computer over here. Okay. So you guys do have access to a computer here. So as TRON begins to pass out the cut of credits to everybody.
So 140 credits.
Yep.
Everybody?
I'm sorry, it's 175. I fat fingered that, sorry.
I just figured you were keeping a larger cut for yourself.
And I've had credits from the previous sale of the spice that we had.
Yeah, which I know you guys spent some on gear and whatnot.
Yeah, so the remainder I split to everyone else 112 credits.
So we still have the rest of the spice that's on the ship, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So you guys have access to a computer. You know the area in which the warehouse storage area here on Bone Fortuna that is used by many of the underworld. What is it that you're looking for?
I guess just a satellite view of the location perimeter. If there's anything that we can see.
Okay, so whoever's using the computer needs to make a computers check.
Who's
Can
good at
I help?
computers?
Yes, you can help, so whoever's doing it can roll with advantage.
I have an 8 computers.
Hey, ice cream sandwich, 17. So you managed to get some top-down, looks like drone pictures of the area. They seem a bit outdated, maybe within the last few years, but not like super recent. You see the warehouse district is made up of about 60 different buildings of varying sizes. The image you see is during like main operating hours, so it operates most as a shipyard and a quarry. So you see many workers as well as large vehicles for hauling materials. Zooming in, you find the exact building that you're looking for. It's a fairly small-sized building, but it is heavily reinforced from what you can tell. It looks less like someplace you would stash illicit objects and more like a place that you would stash a person if you were trying to keep them safe or something like that.
If I had a beard, I would hide there.
I look at SHINUK and point at the building.
What do you think?
I think it's time for a raid. Let's rest up and make a plan.
As you guys are taking some time to rest, you can restore all your stamina points. Everyone except for Beep Boop can fully restore.
We also need to find a place where we can restock and then maybe get some drone parts too, to get our drones back up and running.
Yeah, I'm getting low on ammo.
Okay, so you can go back to the kind of Metro Mart style place you guys went to before, where it's kind of a all-stop shop. Or if you're looking for specific stuff, you can always go to one of the street markets. What are you guys thinking?
Just whatever, like, is gonna be easy for us to get to and not be noticed. I think would be best, but still get all the parts we need.
Yeah, I mean, I think both locations will have like ammunition and stuff for the most part, but the drone parts are the most important. Like, who has the drone parts?
Okay, so you can roll so Critters and SHINUK can roll culture checks. Okay, so SHINUK, you know a place called Droideka. Droideka is a kind of like a drone emporium / bar. It's where a lot of it is centered around like drone battles, stuff like that, but they would have the parts that you would need, and it is a place that you know is not in the boroughs, so it probably wouldn't be too dangerous to try to get there.
And do we know if they also sell like regular ammunitions and stuff as well, or do we have to stop off at another spot?
They would probably have ammunition and stuff just for the drone battles, so they would probably, you'd be able to procure pretty much everything that you need for ammo and drone parts. The only thing that you wouldn't be able to get here is like healing items and stuff like that.
Right. Okay, so we got that established, and then plan of action, raiding the building. What do you guys think?
Yeah, right after the getting drums.
With that view, were we able to see any entrances or anything like that?
Being top down, there wasn't any super clear entrance. It did look like one was facing like a main like walking area. One side of the building would probably be like where the entry would probably be.
Okay, and is that real time? Like, can we see things that are in the surrounding area, or is that
no? So it's all from a few years ago. It's like drone footage.
Okay, so if anything, we'll just restock, and then I don't know, we kind of approach the area, but just on the perimeter and plan.
Okay.
So let's go to Was it Droideka?
Droideka. Yep.
I just walk in looking around, just fascinated by all the electronics and gizmos.
Zuga is immediately furiously running around the entire store, grabbing all the things she would need.
Of course. Yep, and then let me put these guys in.
Hey, SHINUK. Do you think they saw back massagers?
What was that?
Do you think they saw back massagers?
I don't know. Go ask the guy at the counter.
Give me 1 second, guys.
Hey, little furball.
Yes,
Maybe they got some cybernetic legs to make it taller.
taller? Why would I make it taller than I take it on it? This.
Why don't we just attach the cybernetic legs to her? Make her taller.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I thought she made it sound like attaching it to something else.
Oh, you wanted to attach me?
So, you guys are in Droideka. As you guys come in, the smell of gunpowder and burning like metal and copper just kind of overtakes all your senses. You hear like gunfire and stuff from the back in a back room that you guys are not privy to currently. SHINUK, you are well aware this is where the droid battles take place. There's a small like almost like cockfighting ring. But inside, this place is packed and it is bumping. People are working on drones. There's 2 grays at the counter currently, like, you know, like shelling out tickets and stuff. They see this group of people walk in. Your guys' group is hard to miss. And kind of all movement stops. And then as you guys kind of just stand there for a second, everything goes back to normal. And it's just this grungy kind of hole-in-the-wall type of place. They're serving drinks. You hear people yelling from the back for parts. And so you guys kind of have a free range of the area. So, looks like SHINUK and Ice Cream Sandwich are heading to the bar, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you're met by one of the gray aliens who is there. They kind of look up. They're like polishing a glass. You want something to drink? Is that... Or are you here for, you know, extracurricular activities?
Just here, just taking in the scenery.
Well, there's definitely more to see here than you'll see pretty much anywhere else, so...
What kind of lube service do you have?
What kind of lube service do we have? It's the full service, my friend.
I think my joints are creaking.
Are you interested in, full service lube action? Is this your drone, buddy?
Nice.
No, he's a friend of mine.
Interesting friend you got there. I like the helmet. What is that? Empire make?
I mean, I'll take whatever you can tell me about it.
Well, that's gonna cost you. Maybe you and I can head to the back room and maybe you can give me a full service lube check.
I'll pass on that.
I'll pass on giving you the information then. So, you looking for droid parts, or are you just here to window shop? Hey, Furball! Don't touch that! He kind of points over to Zuga, who's like grabbing things off shelves and counters.
I need this. How much is this? I need this. I need this keyboard. I need this 5 gallons of oil. I need that bearing. I need that spring. I also need that wheel.
All right.
Set of tracks.
Anything you need, put it on the counter. We'll go over cost of it later. But don't just go touching people's drones and parts off their tables.
I thought this was a shelf. Sorry.
Yeah, this woman that you stole like a gallon of oil off of her table is just like, okay, thank you very much, and just continues to work on this weird like a drone that's very like reminiscent of like a bulldog looking thing. It has like a built-in spiked collar, this like metal snub nose kind of face with like very few features on it.
Oh, that's kind of cute. Sorry about that. Zuga puts the oil back and then runs around, go find her own.
Yeah, you find a glass case glass case and shelving unit. It has a bunch of different parts as well as oil. You can even buy tool sets if you need tool sets here as well.
Okay.
So you'll be able to grab pretty much everything you need to fix them, and the facilities they have here, if you can find a table, can provide you
I've got to
what
set
you
them on a
need.
table.
You don't have to set them on a table. You just need to use their like welding machines and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
So I don't think you'd be able to lift him onto a table.
Yeah, there's probably not a ramp unless it drops down.
It does drop down right here. There's a set of stairs right here.
Okay.
Well, I've got everything I need. This CPU, the oil.
All right. Looking at all this, it's gonna run you about. Do you know these guys right here? This masked dude and the guy in the wicked black coat.
If I do, what does that mean? I get a discount?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Oh my god.
So is that a yay or nay?
On me buying it, or if they're my friends?
If they're your
Just sell me the
friends.
part.
All
I
right.
don't understand.
That'd be 350 credits.
300.
You're the one who wants a top of the line CPU there, Missy. I mean, sure, it's used, but it's what you get.
There's no way. I could buy these tracks at any other store for half that.
But listen here, Missy, you're not in any other store.
I lean over to help Zuga, and I call to the guy and say, "Hey, come here, buddy." And I motion for him to come over.
Yeah, he kind of looks away from Zuga and like looks towards you. And what can I do?
I grab him by the shirt, reach over and grab him by the shirt and pull him in closer, and tell him that to give a better price offer.
Okay, roll intimidation. 23. Yeah, as you pull him in close, he's like starts to tremble a little bit. Dude, look. We don't want no trouble. You came into our establishment. Now, I don't know what to tell you about the prices, but it's clearly something's wrong with the drone or something you need to fix. So I'm just taking advantage of the situation here. Any businessman would.
And then I let go of him and say, "I'm sure you could do better." And I kind of dust off his shoulders and fix his shirt back.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll knock it down to
250.
I'll knock it down to 280. That's the low as I can go without losing money.
Deal.
Much appreciated.
I want you out of my establishment as fast as possible. I don't need this kind of hell wreaking in my establishment. Pick me up by my shirt, pull me over my desk. What kind of people these days?
It's like it grabs all of her parts, run over down here, gets Beep Boop to come down here.
Mm-hmm.
And just like a madman, starts welding and working on this. As the welding sparks fly in the air, it keeps like hitting her fur, and there's just like singes, like just you can see little smoke coming from her fur as some of it hits it, but it doesn't quite catch on fire, but it gets so close.
Yeah, it begins to smell like burnt hair and.
Yeah.
All right, go
And she
ahead
just
and.
like completely ignores everybody.
All right, go ahead and roll an engineering check with advantage because you have the proper facilities.
21.
21. Okay, so as you finally have the parts, you're not dismantled. Like you pull off a heating coil that you took from Critter's oven, different like assorted wires. Now that you have all the parts, you're pouring in oil, you're reconnecting his systems, you're welding back the metal plating around them, and after about 20 to 30 minutes of work is what it's going to take, Beep Boop will be back to full functionality.
Okay. Does anybody else do anything while the 30 minutes pass, or should we just say it took 30 minutes and then...
So, I will say, Binds, as you're standing around, a Lashunta man kind of like shoulder checks you for a minute to get past you, and it kind of looks back and says, "Watch it fly, boy." I need you to roll a perception check, Binds, for me.
And hey, while he's doing that, what stat out of character is needed for pickpocketing?
Pickpocketing going to
Would that be sleight of hand or
yeah?
stealth or
Pickpocketing
something?
is sleight of hand.
Okay.
Anyway, Bind. So perception check.
And while he's doing that, I want to pickpocket this dude.
You're gonna pickpocket critters?
Oh, is that critters?
That is critters.
Oh. Alright, no, my bad. I'm
You
gonna
lose a hand.
I'm gonna pickpocket. You know what? I'm gonna pickpocket this guy right here.
Okay. You go up to a Shirren. Go ahead and roll sleight of hand. Binds, as this guy shoulder checks you, you turn to look at him, and as he's turning away, you just see like the slightest smirk on his face as he starts to try to walk away from you. Are you wanting to do anything in response, Binds?
Can I grab him by the shoulder?
Yeah, for sure. Grab him by the shoulder.
Say, hey, buddy, what the fuck gives?
Kind of turns. Look, dude, you don't want to start this here. But I see you have your own little drone there. Maybe we can settle this in the arena? You bet your drone, I'll bet mine. Winner comes out with a little extra on top.
Well, we settle this in the alley outside right now.
You really think you can take me, huh, Flyboy?
I walk by as you're conversing, and I kind of shoulder bump him as I pass by him really hard, kind of give him a shoulder check, and then stand next to Binds.
Dude, can't you see we're having a conversation here? Me and fucking Winged Evil Knievel over here. Let him handle his own business. That's all I'll say.
And I look to Binds kind of for like a response, like what he wants to do.
On the spot.
Is this guy bothering you, or okay?
Yeah, he bumped into me real hard. I think he probably lightened my pockets a little bit.
Hey, what's going on with this cone head?
Am I able to trip him on the floor?
You can roll an athletics check. So as you kind of like move in towards him, you go to sweep his leg, and it goes right out from under him. This guy was not expecting this, and he just like goes down to one knee, hand on the ground.
And so I play it off, and I kind of like, oh man, I'm so sorry, and I grab his hand to help him up, and I kind of jab him in the stomach as I pick him up, that nobody sees it.
All right, roll sleight of hand for me. Yeah, so as you kind of like are helping him, you jab him in the stomach. He kind of like coughs and like spits up a little. I see. Big man on campus needs his bodyguards, can't handle his own fucking business. Alright, look. You don't want no trouble? Fine. Let your bodyguards do all the work for you here, Flyboy.
And I tell him, fuck off.
Can I try to swipe some credits from him?
I roll a sleight of hand check.
Oh no.
That's the wrong.
How do I have a
pocket.
+3? Like, +3.
Then you roll a natural 1.
Jesus.
Yeah, you go to swipe some
More than
credits.
7.
You go to swipe some credits, but you end up fondling some balls.
Oh.
He's like, whoa, dude, I'm ticklish. Calm down. Punch from one direction, fondle from the next. Is this a fucking whorehouse or a fucking shakedown?
Yeah, I was just checking if you were male or female.
Control your robot, buddy.
What did you find out?
Yeah, something squishy down there.
Inconclusive.
Anybody else gonna be shopping in here before we get kicked out from all the shenanigans?
Actually, from what you're doing, like even surrounding this guy, no one seems to give a shit. Like legitimately, like people see this and then they just go back to work. Like this isn't in the boroughs or anything. This is not a tight-knit community. These are criminals competing in a legal drone fight. They don't care who gets the shit beat out of them as long as it doesn't interrupt their work.
Hey, what did I find on this guy?
Yes, sorry. So you find a comm unit as well as a serum of healing. You also find a portable torch, like a portable welding torch.
My bad, I mean fuck that.
So
Ron's just got like 30 comm units on them by now.
Yeah, I collect them, dude. They're like Pokemon. You have no idea.
yeah, so he has a plasma torch on him, just like a welding torch, basically. Runs off the same cell batteries as like a blaster would. So
I got you.
It's the guy at the counter here. How much a couple smoke grenades and a box of small arms ammo is gonna cost?
Depends. Are you gonna use him on that guy? And he points towards the guy that you guys have been fucking with. Who he started it, but
That depends.
well, if you're gonna use him on that guy, you get a discount. He irks me.
I quietly hand I nudge Furball or Zuga and say, "Hey, does this look like of use to you?" The plasma torch, quietly, without anyone noticing.
Okay, roll sleight of hand or stealth, one of the two. Yeah. So you hand her the plasma torch.
Oh, yes. Yes, I can definitely use this. Do I need to keep this a secret?
Yeah, don't huff it all in one spot. Don't let anybody know.
Okay, just let me.
Opens up a compartment and beep boop and slides it in,
Mhm.
and then closes it nonchalantly, and then just keeps on going, banging and working away.
Okay.
Hey, little Furball.
Yes.
Have you ever thought about using, since we're here, you have the tank, you could make some extra credits.
A tank. I guess I do not follow. I don't use the tank for credits?
Well, they have their own fighting.
Oh. But I just fixed him.
Think of all the credits we can make.
Only if he
Well,
wins.
you have a good.
Can I look around and see what the other drones look like that might be battling to like?
Yeah,
get an
you
idea
see
if he might win?
the room, the door to the back room open, and you see someone coming out with what looks like a clear tote with just drone pieces in it. Like, you can see that there was once a shape to this thing, but it is no longer intact in any fashion of the word.
I don't know about this. That guy doesn't look like he handed out so well, and I just used all my credits to get him. I don't know if that's something Beep Boop wants to do.
Where do we bet at? Is it in the back room, or do we? Where on the map will we bet at, or who do we talk to?
The guy at the front counter.
I slam 250 credits down, and point back to, you see my little blue friend back there, and her little treaded companion. 250 credits on the tank.
We gotta go over entry fee first, my friend.
How much is that?
Well, depends. Do you want starting lineup or do you want backup dancer? Because if you want starting lineup, that's going to be 1,000 credits easy just to be on front page news. But if you just want to be an opening act, 500 credits.
I want to just say 250 and we just call it square, and then use intimidation on them.
Okay, roll intimidate.
Oh
Not
god!
one.
Oh my god!
No.
As you, what exactly are you doing to intimidate him, real quick?
I was trying to get out of having to pay the entry fee on B-Boot.
Right. So what are you doing to like exude your intimidation?
Well, I have 4 arms. I want to take 2 of them and crack my knuckles with 4 of my hands,
Okay.
and then use one hand to spin my gun, while the other one I reach over and then slam my fist on the
Yeah,
counter.
so as you slam your fist on the counter, you reach down, you pull up your gun to spin it. It like catches on your thumb as you're trying to spin it. It goes off. You shoot yourself in the foot. You take 1 point of damage.
God damn it!
I want to stress this. The guy at the counter, this gray alien, pretty much emotionless creatures, bursts out laughing, like tear jerker, like is like rolling around on the ground.
I
says,
grit my
wait,
teeth,
wait,
play it
before-
off. No, I grit my teeth, play it off, and say something funny there, Gray One.
All
While
right.
squinting one eye, like, why did I just do this?
Look, I'll let you do opening act for 250 if you're gonna do that beforehand. Like, if you get out on stage and shoot yourself in the foot trying to act all cocky, I'll put you in an opening act spot. But that's primetime comedy.
All right, so I owe him 500, right?
No, he
So
said-
250 down, and then 250 for the entry fee.
Yeah.
Hey, Blue One, while I limp over here to her. Hey, How's Beboop looking? Or Bebop? Beboop, whatever. How's the tank looking?
It's Beep Boop. He's looking pretty good. I don't know, Beep Boop. How you feeling?
I look him over and say, "Oh, Jeff looks fine. You know what? I threw some money down. He looks pretty mighty strong. I bet you he could take out some of those little cleaner bots in the back room."
What does Beep Boop think about that?
I don't think he likes that idea.
Well, they're just cleaner bots, from what I heard. And I threw some credits down. And calm down, Jeff. So I look to Ice Cream and say, "Don't you think Beboop, or not Beboop? Don't you think Dan here could go in the back room and just clean house on those cleaner bots?" As I'm winking.
What the competition looks like, I have no idea.
Well, judging what came out of that room back there earlier, that I saw when I was talking to the guy up here, as I point over to the gray, not like trying to make sure they don't see the blood trail from my foot.
Yeah. There's just a singed hole in the middle of your foot.
I say, look at all the parts coming out. There can't be much left. It's got to be cleaner bots at this point. Look, Lizzie here will be fine.
It's people. I don't.
Lizzie, Jenna, Jane, Thomas, it's all the same.
I think you have a hole in your foot there,
I tuck that foot behind my other one and say, "Look, just get your eyes checked, robot man." That's just my black toenail polish. You have no ideas.
I don't know. I guess we could go take a look and see what it looks like back there.
What's the worst? His wheels pop off, we glue him back on. He'll be alright.
I just got him fixed, and look, he even talks. He can say full sentences now.
Good job, Stefan. Let's go.
Zuga wants to take a peek in the back room and see what competition might look like.
Okay, so you see, as you kind of like push the door open, as you push through this kind of like double-doored area, almost like heading into like a kitchen of a restaurant, you're met by this like not huge but sizable arena where there's just like probably 50-60 people grouped around it, and you just see two drones just ripping each other apart in the middle of the arena. People are screaming, like throwing things into the arena, and you see this one drone. It looks like a hammerhead shark mixed with a praying mantis, just like stabs into this small kind of like tiger-like drone and just rips it in two.
They're nightmarish BattleBots.
Yes, exactly.
Would I see this?
Yes, you can see this as well.
I tap one of my hands on Zuga's shoulder and say, "Beep Boop's got this."
Can I do like a check to see if he might be able to, or like any idea?
So I will let you roll. I will let you roll sense motive on Tron.
A 7.
So, Tron, I need you to roll bluff.
God help you, Jenna. Oh, you're lucky. Oh, well, just barely.
Oh my gosh.
Tron seems like there's something off with him, but he is making it very clear that he is confident Beep Boop can win in a battle in there.
And I pat her on the shoulder once again. "Oh no, Fluffball, look, don't worry about that. You have no idea. Lizbert here has got this, hands down. If shit goes astray, just run him over. How hard is that? Run him over. Look.
It looks pretty hard. It's got a tail.
Run the tail over. Spin your little turret around, hit him in the face. Look, if it comes out bad, I'll buy you some stickers. You can put some stickers on the side, okay?"
I don't know if stickers will be enough to fix him after.
No, you have no idea. Stickers will hold anything together. We got this. Believe in, Jeremy here on treads.
I don't know, Beep Boop. Do you want to try?
Who the hell is this Beep Boop you keep speaking of?
That's his name. I don't know who you keep calling Jessica or Tom Jerry or whatever you're saying.
His name is Jessica?
No, his name is Beep Boop. I don't understand how that's so complicated.
Okay. Look, Jennifer has got this. I slide an extra 100 credits, and hey, and also reminder, hey, remember that plasma torch that I so willingly gave you? Think about it.
You
If
did
it-
give me. Yes.
I gave you the means to glue them back together, or her. I mean, it's it's all the same.
It's a he.
Is it? Sounds like a she to me, but
Zuga's just so flustered and doesn't know what to do. She just agrees.
Right.
So I have a
Okay,
question.
Yes.
I hit the I
If-
point to the dude. Oh, hold on. So I point to the dude and say, "Hey, the little blue one is entering her tank friend."
Okay. Go
My
ahead.
question is, can we spend extra credits to maybe reinforce Beat Boot, like get some armor plates or something for it?
Yeah, I mean, if
For
you
the
guys
map?
wanted to spend extra credits to get like better parts for Beep Boop, you can definitely do that.
Can we get another gun? That's 2 guns.
So Beep Boop is not currently kitted out to have more than one weapon mount.
Uh,
That's something that becomes available as Jenna levels up. But you can add extra armor plating to like up his AC if you wanted to.
Okay.
okay.
I say to Ice Cream, "Hey, I take it with you following that you're in on this gamble with Bob here."
We'll see how this pans out. We'll go see how much it costs to get some armor for Beep Boop.
Just go ask how much it costs. Okay.
I hope you pay.
I look over the tank and say, "Hey," and shout out to the furball. "Hey, make sure that you buy some better ass plates for it. Its ass looks a little weak."
It's because it's mostly meant to face its enemies, not have them behind it. Okay, we can do that. Excuse me? Excuse me?
Yeah, what can I do for you?
How much would it cost to get some armor for this andro type?
Well, it depends on how you're just wanting to reinforce its armor, or?
Yeah, what do you got?
So we can get you some reinforced plating. So the gist of it is, for every point of his AC that you wanted to go up, Jenna, it's going to be 500 credits per point for additional AC point.
We have that kind of money?
So right now his kinetic AC is 13. So that means if you wanted to raise it by 2, that'd be 1,000 credits. That would also, the more armor plating you add, the slower he will be. So his speed will go down by 1 point for every AC point that it goes up. So he's at 30 for his normal speed right now, so that would go down 29, 28, as you add more armor plating.
Okay.
His speed would go down.
Well, do you guys have that much money? I don't have any. I have 7 credits.
So Beep Boop is being poked by Tron currently. The barrel of the tank turns towards you, Tron.
Oh my god.
Hey, Area 51. Great boy.
What can I do
Hey,
for you?
you.
Yeah.
So what upgrades can we put on this little bot? What do you have available?
Depends. I got stuff that'll stick it to a wall. I got stuff that'll, we put spikes on it. Looks like it's already got some sort of cannon. Is that a grenade launcher?
Yes.
Looks like a grenade launcher. We could give it some tougher treads. Make sure that its treads aren't going to break down if it goes over any spike traps. We could put a jet engine on the back, but that'd be pretty expensive. Do you ride that thing? That seems pretty dangerous.
Oh no, it's perfectly safe. It's so safe. It's probably the safest place I've ever been.
Well, it looks like it was recently exploded, so I'm going to call your bluff on that.
I wasn't on it when that happened.
Well, that's good to know. I assumed because you are still in one piece. We can put a better targeting system upgrade on it. Of course, armor
Does that give
plating.
advantages to shots?
So it would give an additional bonus to the shots, like a plus, as like a +1 or +2 bonus to his attacks.
Okay.
I think the best thing, if you guys really want him to win, is armor and then the aiming system.
How much is it for the aiming system?
1,200 credits.
Better give him that favor.
I don't have 1,200 on me.
I reach into my pocket and throw down the 7 pieces of jewelry and say, "What is this worth?"
I don't know. I'm not a jeweler.
Does this square us up? And then I look him square in the eye.
Roll diplomacy.
Let me see. I'm not trying to intimidate him. I'm not trying to talk.
Oh, you're trying to intimidate him?
Yeah, again, I'm going for the intimidation.
Okay.
I'm going to win at some point.
No. You roll twice and take the lower number. You've already shot yourself in the foot, literally.
Okay. Damn, well, it's a good thing I got 4 hands then. Oh, shit. We should be in the middle. I got 4 hands.
Look, man. Look. I understand where you're coming from. You want to be a big BattleBot player. Make it on the scene. You come in here, you make me laugh, you shoot yourself in the foot, you throw a bunch of jewelry up. I'm not a jeweler. Come back with
Hey,
critics
I made
and we
you
can
laugh.
talk.
That should count for something.
It did. I'm letting you participate in the BattleBot.
Look
thing.
at these rings. You could be a pimp.
I'm
wanted to pimp some aliens? You could pimp some aliens with this.
I'm not Sonic the goddamn Hedgehog. I don't need a bunch of rings.
Get you a hat with a feather. Be a pimp. But you
My-
need jewelry to be a pimp.
My uncle was a pimp. It's not the road I want to go down. But look, I tell you what. How about this? I'll cut the price. We'll give you a little bit of armor plating and aiming system for, we'll call it a square, say 1,000 credits for one set of armor plating and the additional aiming systems. But if your BattleBot wins, we take half of the prize money.
You said 1,000?
1,000, and we're square, and then we get
Without
half
the
prize
jewelry,
money.
right? Without the jewelry.
Without the jewelry.
How much do you have? I say to Ice Cream, how much do you have?
I'm willing to put it down about 500.
So that would give Beep Boop a +2 to his attacks, which I will put on his sheet, and then it'll give him a +1 to AC, which I will also put
I look back to Bowser and say, hey, how much you got in your pocket?
Don't you worry about it.
You too. Nah, look, we just need 100. Give us 100 credits, and I'll give you this jewelry.
I don't want the jewelry.
Make you look pretty, like a dancing bear. How about this? All right. So you want to do 500? Okay, I'll go in 500 with Ice Cream. There you go. So I put 500 down.
Okay.
All right, I'll put down my 500.
I take out a notepad and mark down Bowser as on my shit list.
That archaic writing pad is getting use out of it.
I make a note to mark down SHINUK as on my bitch list. Don't you worry about my notepad.
So Jenna, on Beep Boop's page, you'll see at the top in the buff section.
Uh-huh.
So you need to check mark additional plating, and then if you check mark advanced targeting system, you'll see that his attacks are now all going up by 2, and his KAC has gone up by 1. It's going to take you guys about 20 minutes to attach the armor plating and put the new targeting systems, and then you can participate in BattleBots.
Wait, Beep Boop, ready for this? Okay. Go.
Weld it all up.
So Bynes, you still have this guy over by you. What are you planning on doing with him? Says that guy's a nuisance who comes in here and like tries to steal people's drones and like ink slip combat. And it kind of just puts a damper on the mood.
It's a deal.
Yeah, so he slaps the ammo and the grenades on the counter and holds his hand out for the 200 credits.
And I'm over 200 credits.
Happy hunting. You turn around and the guy's still like kneeling, like his balls have been fondled. He's like having trouble breathing as he was punched in the gut. Look, man, we got off on the wrong foot. He like backs up. I like your idea. Let's settle this in the alleyway. And he quickly begins like darting towards the front door.
I think,
with a bullet.
yeah, my drone's gonna take a shot at him.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
Let's do it.
Yeah, 2 shots fired
It
off,
rolls.
like ring through the area. Again, motion in the place stops. They all look over, and then they quickly get back to work, not wanting to interrupt whatever's going on. But the guy like stumbles and falls and like crawls and manages to push his way out the door. Well, that was kind of disappointing. You didn't even hit him. I regret giving you a
Be this
discount.
faulty ammo you gave me.
I didn't even see you load any of it into your drone's gun. This is... Alright, look, let's just call it bygones be bygones. Alright? You're not gonna take me for all I'm worth, am I? Are you?
Not sure what that means.
Well, you know, I give you the ammo, you shoot a guy, you miss, you turn to me, you say faulty ammo, then you try to shake me down for money or more ammo. I mean, I can only give and give so much before I just can't give anymore.
Not trying to start anything. Let's just move on.
Alrighty, bygones be bygones then. Kind of just takes a step away. Okay, Critters, are you doing anything?
I'm good.
You're good?
I'm good.
Okay. So the only person allowed in the ring is Zuga, because she is the droid's controller.
Alright, prior to that, I wanted to do something to beat Boop.
Yep, you have time as you guys are walking to the arena.
Alright, so before the battle, I want to try to give Beat Boop a little boost and cast Supercharged Weapon on it before the battle.
Okay, so go ahead and put that in the chat, the supercharged weapon, so we can see exactly what it does. Okay, so you supercharge the target weapon. If the weapon's next attack hits, provided it is made before the end of the next round, attack deals 4d6 additional damage. Okay.
Oh wow, that's legit.
Yeah.
And I tell Beat Boop,
You better make this first shot count.
Okay, Zuga, so you get to stand on top of this little control tower.
Okay.
The opposing guy you see on the other control tower, along with this large kind of insectoid hammerhead shark creature that you just saw rip another drone apart, by the way, is this massive Vesk. Looks like a mechanic of some sort, and he's just smirking at you and just shaking his head laughing.
We've got this. It's okay, we got this.
So, where all the people are standing on the sides, there is a force field, so it is impossible to interact. Like, you cannot rush into the arena. There's a massive glass circle in the middle of the arena, in case you decide you want to use that for something. And then, of course, you two are on the control towers. It is explained to you as you are walking in that it is strictly forbidden for you to attack another drone controller. The drones are only allowed to attack each other. So I guess anyone who is going to be participating or think they might participate, go ahead and roll initiative. Zuga, you go ahead and roll initiative for you, and that'll count as Beat Boop's initiative as well.
My first one was 21, but I didn't click on Zuga when
That's fine. I'm gonna put the 21.02 for you. So Tron places 250 on Beat Boop.
Yeah, Bob.
I've just been calling him 3Bs. Okay, anyone else placing bets?
so is there like a prize?
Yeah, so
if
this
you
is an opening act. Basically, they are giving. It's almost like a farce kind of thing. This opening act is meant to be like this little tank drone is about to be ripped apart for the enjoyment of everyone else before the main performance.
Right.
If Beat Boop wins, it's a 4,000 credit prize, which you guys have agreed to give half of that to Droideka for the discounted
No, wait,
materials.
hold on. I thought we paid him the full 1,000.
He marked it down in exchange for half of the prize money if you win.
I got you. Okay.
That was the agreement.
And us rolling initiative, what does that do for the fight?
If you decide that you want to try to sneakily interact, whether it be through magic or if you want to try to get around the force field or something in that kind of scenario.
Oh, well, the hell, I ain't got no magic or computer skills. Take me out of that. I didn't realize that. And you're taking me out of that, right, Luke? I didn't realize that's what that was for.
Yes.
Okay.
Alrighty. And an announcer comes on the radio and he says, or over the intercom and says, "Welcome to Battlebots! Our opening act here. Beat Boop, Blip, might be a typo, versus the reigning champion, the Slicer." Will this small drone from down in the sticks be ripped apart? We hope so. And the crowd goes wild. SHINUK, are you doing, I assume, your get 'em thing?
Yeah, I kind of cheer Beep Boop on and yell at him to get him, and I put the get him debuff on the opponent.
Okay. I'm adding another thing to Beep Boop.
Okay.
Because it's on your guys' sheet, but I didn't add it onto Beep Boop's. So it's the get 'em buff.
Uh-huh.
So since that is active, Beep Boop, yep, check it, and that'll give him additional +1 to his attacks.
Oh my gosh. I physically feel sick.
You just fixed him, and now you put him in a battle to the death bot showdown.
I know, Tron talked me into it, and now I feel sick. I'm so scared.
I stand up and bow.
Ice Cream, you doing anything?
Is this pre-battle or?
No, this is like the battle is starting right now. So if you have any magic that you want to try to cast without being seen, you might get kicked out if you get caught. But that is up to you.
Am I gonna have a turn to do something later on?
Yeah, you'll stay in the initiative.
Okay. Nothing at the moment.
Okay. So starting out, Beep Boop is actually going before the other drone. So what is Beep Boop doing?
Beep Boop would like to kind of assess the area. First thing is he wants to see how what the glass is made out of, what it would like, what strength level it's at.
Okay, so are you doing this or is Beep Boop? Because you guys are acting on the same turn.
That won't take a turn, will it? To just kind of assess the surroundings?
No, that won't take a turn. So I just need.
Okay.
So well, I'll have you do the roll. So.
Okay.
Let's see.
Because he wants to check what the glass is made out of, see how durable it is, and then also on the slasher, is that his name?
The slasher, yeah.
Slasher, and figure out how he sees, basically.
Okay.
Like how he functions and what might be weak spots.
Okay, so I need, for the glass, I need a physical science check from either you or Beep Boop. A 20. So this, very similar to the glass of the diner, is a polycarbonate material. It's meant to be impact resistant. This is a much stronger grade though. It's meant to withstand the weight of very heavy things on top of it.
So no bullets, no grenades, anything that Beep Boop has on him can't like hurt it. Or anything that's on the other robot.
Like a multitude of grenades would probably break through it. Probably 2 or 3 grenades could probably break through it if you could get that many off. The other drone doesn't look like it's equipped with any cannons. It looks like its main weapons are these 2 very long piercing implements. With these like
they'd be sharp enough to go through the glass.
It's not the sharpness that worries you. It's the like rotating like multifaceted saw blades that are attached to them.
Oh, okay.
And yes, it looks like with enough force and impact, it could also break through the glass, but it would have to be on the glass to do that.
Okay. Does it look fast?
It does. It looks very agile. It has about six legs. It looks like its main body is made up of a multifaceted, almost like bone spine-like build, and this hammerhead-like face that it has about 18 small red dots in the center of it that look like it's like a multifaceted set of cameras. So it's taking in a lot of visual information.
Okay, so it looks fast. Does it look fairly armored?
No, it does not look very heavily armored. It looks like the creator favors speed over defenses.
Okay.
So what is Beep Boop doing?
The first thing Beep Boop wants to do is take out whatever it uses to visualize and see the arena, whether that being sensors or its eyes, just whatever would make it harder for it to get around.
Okay, so what kind of grenade is Beep Boop shooting? Because you have a variety of grenades.
Let's do the frag.
Okay. So go ahead and roll his grenade launcher. Ooh, that's a natural 20. So the
don't forget you got that buff.
Yeah, no, the buff is already added in.
The one that I gave her?
Oh, no, the damage buff, yeah. So that'll come into effect. And so the second attack misses. So he launches 2 grenades. One of them goes flying off to the backside of the arena. The other one slams into the creature and falls directly under it. So can you go ahead and roll damage for a frag grenade for me? Okay, so that's a base of 2. And then you're going to roll an additional 4d6 dice. So push / roll 4d6. 13. So a total of 15 points of damage as this grenade explodes, sending the slicer like falling backwards almost before it catches itself on its back legs. You see like some of its circuitry begins sparking a little bit, but it quickly readies itself again and looks like it's about to charge. So 3B cannot move because he did a full action, and the slicer is going to just sprint forward and make a single attack with one of its rotating scythes. So it's going to sling down. Does a 17 hit his AC? His KAC?
AC?
Yeah, so his KAC is what you're looking at on his.
So it's 14, so yes, it hits. 17 hits.
The slicer slams down, and he is going to take 3 points of damage as this scythe-like chainsaw blade just slams into Zuga and begins just chopping away at some of the metal on his frame. And since it moved, that's all it can do. So it is going to go back up to SHINUK.
I yell out, "You got this, little buddy!" Put up the get him buff again.
Okay, so get him stays active. So, Ice Cream, you're wanting to cast Supercharged Weapon again?
So for these first level spells, right? So
Yeah.
can I cast this as many times, or?
So you can cast two first level spells a day.
Yeah, but I can't cast it because it's touch. Like I had the first time I touched the tank. This
time you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, there's nothing really I can do. Over comms,
Verbal. Trying to get him closer to. It's trying to get him closer to our side. Fire bleachers.
Zuga, it is you and Beat Boop.
Okay. Can Beat Boop slide? If he moves, he can't do a full attack, but if he shoots, he'll be in the grenade. Yeah,
Exactly, he has to move.
Yeah, he can move here, and then do another frag grenade right at the face again.
Okay, go ahead and make the attack. As Beat Boop slides and almost like skids and drifts to turn around. That's a 16. That is going to hit. So that is 4 points of damage as the frag grenade explodes, and you see cracks starting to form in the glass as both these grenades have been pretty close to the glass center.
Okay.
By the way, the slicer begins almost limping, and is going to have slightly reduced movement, but is. Are you doing anything to aid your drone? What mechanic abilities do you have? Let's see. I don't think there's anything that you can do other than give him commands as of right now.
Okay, I have a quick question.
No problem.
Beat Boop is carrying a plasma... No. He's carrying a big gun.
Yes, he is. He has a pulse caster rifle attached to him.
Okay. If it were to experience a heavy amount of damage...
It would probably explode.
Would it be a pretty hefty explosion?
Roll an engineering check.
23.
Okay. So you know that the pulse caster rifle primarily does electrical damage. So chances are if it explodes, it'll send out a burst of electricity rather than doing a large amount of like a grenade would do. But it does electrical damage.
Which could be pretty detrimental to a robot.
Yes, it can.
Okay, food for thought. All right, I think I end my turn there.
Okay. The slicer kind of looks at Beep Boop and then looks back at you, and then the vest just kind of smiles and just puts a thumbs down out in front of you as the slicer rushes forward again for another attack. That is going to be not a full attack, so that is going to be a 12, which I do not believe hits. As Beep Boop manages to like back up and slide out of the way, like knocking the slicer's scythe away with the barrel of his grenade launcher, moving himself back a little bit. Slicer is going to go ahead and move down closer to the force field as well, trying to close the distance so that if a grenade is shot at this distance, it's going to also hit you.
Okay.
Or hit Beep Boop. Okay, so as Beep Boop dodges out of the way, it'll go back up to SHINUK, who I assume is going to do get him again.
Yep, I cheer him on and put up the buff.
Okay. So, ice cream.
All right, got a question for you. Are we like above the arena? Like, am I close enough to touch this tank?
You're on the same level, but there is a force field in between you and the arena.
Okay, so I can't touch the tank. All right, so do I see any like exposed wiring or anything on this like praying mantis robot thing that
there is a shit ton of exposed wiring. It's been hit by 2 grenades.
Like that I can mess with?
Possibly. You see sparking wiring and components. One of the legs on the back of it has been like completely blown off.
Okay, can I observe it in some way to see if I can find like some type of weakness I can expose, like through the wiring or anything like that?
Yeah, roll an engineering check. 15. So as you start looking at the wiring, you start noticing patterns. Specifically, you start noticing specific sets of wires going to one of the more heavily fortified parts that has taken some damage, probably its main power source.
Okay, so this is what I want to do. Hopefully this will work, want to try to stealthily cast my psychokinetic hand and try to yank those cables.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand. That's a natural 20.
Woo!
So your psychokinetic hand. Is your psychokinetic hand invisible? That's what I need to know. So go ahead and throw in the psychokinetic hand into the chat. Okay, it is close range, that's fine. You successfully get it off without anyone noticing. That's not an issue. Okay. Since this is your magic, I need you to roll, I just want you to roll an intelligence check. To see if you hit, basically. 21. Okay, so that's definitely gonna hit. So go ahead and roll 1d6 as you begin to yank on these wires and cords heading up to the main power bay for this creature. The 2. So you have a good hold on them, and you start yanking, and you see some of them start coming loose. The drone kind of staggers for a moment, and you see the red lights across its head begin to like dim for a moment before flashing again. And you see the vest start hitting his drone controller and looking around, seemingly understanding that something is going wrong. Zuga. And this is concentration, so this stays up as well, correct? Yes. It is concentration. Oh. Zuga, it is you and Beep Boop.
Beep Boop's gonna do the same thing as last time. He's going to back up and do another frag grenade. Okay.
So go ahead and a 13. So that flies past the creature as it like ducks down, almost like if you've seen any of the Jurassic Park movies, like a velociraptor kind of like going down into like its sprint. Does Beep Boop have any more movement?
I think he can move here.
Okay. Beep Boop does not have the advantage in this small of an arena.
No.
Okay, so as Beep Boop begins darting around, he wants to conserve power. He's just gonna head straight across the glass. That's gonna be a 16, which I believe hits Beep Boop.
Yep.
So 5 points of damage to Beep Boop. A really hard hit. It rips through some of the armor plating and even nicks one of the tank tread. So Beep Boop is not doing too well health-wise. And you see a little bit of smoke start rising from his chassis as well.
Oh, you can do this, people.
The vest now seemingly having his controller under control at this point. SHINUK, it is your turn.
I continue to cheer and buff it again.
Okay. Ice cream.
All right. So what's going on right now? Is my hand just like floating out there?
No, it's still connected to the wiring, so you can do another intelligence check to do some damage.
Yep. I will do that. Ugh.
Not so good. So as you go to gank, the creature is spinning, trying to hit Beep Boop, and you just can't get a good view, and your telekinetic hand is having trouble sustaining its hold. It's still out there because it's concentration. You haven't taken any damage, so you'll be able to try again next turn. If there is a full next turn. Beep Boop, what is Beep Boop doing?
How does the other robot look?
He's not looking good. Roll a perception for me, Zuga. 24. So that's a natural 20. With a natural 20, you notice the multitude of grenades as well as the weight of Slicer on the glass. You see cracks beginning to form more and more onto the glass, and Slicer is currently standing right on it. So you can take that into account as you decide what Beep Boop is doing.
Beep Boop is going to... So the glass looks pretty messed up.
Yeah, it does.
And if I don't move, I
can do 2 attacks.
Twice?
Yeah.
Okay. Beep Boop is gonna shoot, but not at the drone. He's gonna shoot right here. So it's far enough away from him but still hit the glass. Or can you shoot here so it still hits the robot a little bit?
Yeah, he can shoot there if you want.
Okay, but it won't hit him.
Alright, so go ahead and do a full attack for Beep Boop. So 17 and a 13. You're not aiming for the robot, so those are both gonna hit. As they both hit, you see cracks just begin to scatter and spider across. The glass does not fully break.
Okay.
Are you wanting to do anything else? Any words of encouragement for Beep Boop or anything before Slicer goes?
Yeah, I wish he could move because I'm pretty sure he'll go down after this.
Does Beep Boop have any words for the audience?
Good try, Beep Boop.
Slicer is winding up for an attack. I have to roll a check for him. So Slicer has a 13. I do not think that hits Beep Boop.
No, he's a 14, so yeah, it doesn't hit.
Okay. Not only that, as Slicer moves forward, slamming its many legs into the glass begins to shatter and give way. I rolled for Slicer to try to get off the glass. He fails. So as Slicer leans forward for an attack, Beep Boop narrowly can scoot back, one of his treads just slapping on the ground as he's kind of spinning, almost like doing a circle. And Slicer slams its arms into the stone around the glass circle as it falls and plummets about 100 stories down to the streets below. And the crowd begins to go wild.
Yeah!
Beep Boop, you did it! You beat him!
Beep Boop is heavily damaged. The Vesk is on his knees, throws his controller down to the stone of the arena below, and it just pings off and breaks. And he starts looking around and yelling, and it you're trying to read his lips because over the sound of the audience, it's hard to hear him. He's yelling that it's not fair, that somebody cheated, but Beep Boop has won.
Can Zuga run into the arena now?
Yeah, sure. Zuga jumps off the control tower and begins running across.
They're just hugging. It's just cheering for Beep Boop.
You did it! This is amazing!
Yeah. Beep Boop kind of cringes in a little bit of pain as he's heavily damaged, but he still nuzzles you.
Yeah.
That's 4,000 credits minus half, so Zuga, you win 2,000 credits.
Mm-hmm.
Tron, you get back 750 credits in total from your bet.
You said 750?
You get 750 from your bet.
So I message.
I just want my investment back. Keep the rest.
Yes, of course. I'm coming over right now to give you guys back your money. Thank you.
I tossed up 200 too. I don't know if you saw that in the chat right after.
Okay. Yep. So for 200, you get 680 credits. So Zuga, as you and Beep Boop are escorted out of the arena, everyone else is slowly escorted out into the main area. Once again, at this juncture, you can sit down, spend some time, maybe spend some of your money on fixing up Beep Boop again, because he is very heavily damaged, I believe. Between now and next weekend, I will help everyone level up to level 2. So we'll plan on next Saturday at 8 p.m. EST. We thank everyone for watching. We hope that you support our coalition with the supporting nerdy business and all of our friends who are helping us that as well. And hopefully everyone can tune in next week. Thank you everyone and have a wonderful night. And can Beep Boop sign us off?
Yeah.
Alright, good night everybody.